as y'all may have noticed, over the past few months, I have been on a Epic the Musical cover spree. I have somehow accidentally almost covered half of the musical already, and well, I'm kind of honestly considering covering the whole musical. I'm not gonna lie to you. I may or may not do that. I don't know.
A few moments later.
Please don't make me do this. I'm just full speed ahead. See? He is a warrior of the mind. I'm so glad we see eye to eye. Captain, I am the infamous. This is my goodbye. We're gonna shoot for the sky. What? How much longer till your luck runs out? Ruthlessness is mercy upon ourselves. Oh, woman. What? Wouldn't you like a taste of the power? Hermes gave it to you, didn't he? Poseidon, eh? All I hear are screams. Oh, I'll become the monster. Penelope, why? You didn't notice that your friends got snatched? Do you know that where you pay? Say something! Thunder bringer. I know life and fate are scary. Alright now, let's try this again. You're a good kid. Be my love in paradise. Why not make it a game? Let me speak. It's gonna be dangerous, my friend. No! Get in the water. 600 strong. Whoever can shrink my husband's soul bow. Channel the fire inside your soul. And this will be your fate. My son, I'm finally home. Only my husband knew that, so I guess that makes him you. Well, that backfired, didn't it? Hello everyone, I hope you all are doing well. If you came here because of the title, then yes, you are correct. I covered all of Epic the Musical. So, let's talk about it! Back in July of 2024, my friend Jade introduced me to Epic after the Thunder Saga came out, and she was listening to it on Discord, and I just fell in love with it instantly, especially the song Scylla, and that was actually the first ever Epic song I ever covered. Drown in your sorrows and fears, choke on your blood and your tears. Don't worry, I eventually remastered that cover back in April of this year, and it sounds a lot better, I promise. After that song, I went on to cover 2 more songs from Epic the Musical, which were Thunderbringer and then Ruthlessness. And after I covered those 3 songs, I thought I was done. You know, I covered a song with Poseidon in it, I covered a song with Zeus in it, and I covered a song with a scary sea monster in it. You know, perfect, amazing, close the book, that's the end of the Epic chapter, because at that time I was focusing more on Lydia the Bard songs to cover, because she was releasing new instrumentals for them on her Patreon. But then, I then learned about the Wisdom Saga that was coming out, and I was like, oh, there's more? And then after that, I was just stuck. You know, I got into a loophole of Epic the Musical, and that was all I was listening to. And in doing so, that was all I was singing on my channel. And at the time, I didn't even know that there were 40 songs in total in Epic. So imagine my surprise when I found out I already covered 20 in just a couple of months. After that, I was like, well, I guess there's no stopping it now. And I just kept on going and going and going. And then I covered the whole thing. All 40 songs from Epic the Musical. Okay, so now I have the story out of the way. I want to showcase my favorite highlights of covering all of these songs. The first thing I want to mention is while I was covering these songs from Epic, I was actually learning how to mix and tune on my own. If you look way back 2 years ago, you will see that whenever I started doing covers, I didn't even have a microphone. I didn't mix at all. And even when I did get a microphone, I didn't know how to mix. But whenever I got my new computer, I was like, let's try it. And so I did, and my first ever cover I ever mixed on my own was Keep Your Friends Close. Sounds too easy, what's the catch? Keep your friends close and your enemies closer. Never really know who you can trust. If they wanna get the bag open, you gotta say no, sir. Sometimes killing is a must. What? Probably my 2 favorite parts about mixing my voice is when I mix my screens for my Scylla cover. I will show you the raw vocals, and then I will show you the mixed vocals. Here is the raw vocals first of my screens. Trigger warning, by the way, for screaming.
No, no, please, no, no,
And then the more creepy ones, with my voice mixed. You mix that up with some creepy singing and you get this. Drown in your sorrow and fears, choke on your blood and your tears, bleed till you run out of years. We must do what it takes to survive. I know, it sounds a little creepy to record yourself screaming for a cover, but I honestly had a lot of fun with it. It got me out of my comfort zone, and I tried something new, and people seem to enjoy it as well. My second favorite thing to mix for my epic covers was the chants from God Games. That was so much fun to do. Again, I shall show you the difference between my raw vocals and my mixed vocals. Here are the raw vocals.
Cito, Santus, Cito, Santus.
And then we have the mixed vocals. Turn it down a little bit because last time was super loud.
Cito, Santus, Cito, Santus.
You mix that up with a couple gods that want to play a chess game and you get this.
Cito,
Apollo,
Santus, Cito,
Hephaestus,
Santus.
The second highlight I want to talk about is having the opportunity to talk to so many amazing artists on Instagram as they allowed me to use their amazing artwork for my covers. I mean, just look at these. They are so freaking cool, and these artists who made them are so talented. From the bottom of my heart, thank you so much to all of the amazing artists who allowed me to use their art for my covers. And thank you for even talking to me. All of you are super kind and super sweet and very, very, very talented. Sending lots of love to all of you. And I want to give a huge thank you to the amazing Lilith. Forgive me if I said your name wrong, for letting me use your very own animatic for my cover of Ruthlessness.
Poseidon, 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 Poseidon.
Please check out these amazing artists. Their links will be in the description below. My third highlight I would like to share is how I actually almost played all of the characters for my covers. From the cunning Odysseus.
We must move quickly. We don't have much time. He didn't notice I mixed Lotus in his wine.
To the scheming Antinous.
This is how they hold us down. While the throne gets colder, hold us down while we slowly age.
Now, I know what you're probably thinking. Eliza, why couldn't you just ask people to help you with the roles? I did, and unfortunately people were either A, really busy, which I completely understand, or 2, didn't really know what Epic was. So I decided to play some of the roles, and I honestly had a lot of fun with it. I played as Eurylochus,
Captain Eurylochus, 600 men, 600 men, 600 men with big mouths to feed. And we run out of supplies to eat.
I also played as Polites,
Lotus Eaters, I'd like to show my friend that kindness is brave. Could you tell me where there's other food to eat?
a cave! But honestly, my favorite character to play as was probably
Poseidon, 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 Poseidon.
I love Poseidon in Epic the Musical. He is my favorite character. Any song that he was in, I immediately covered. I remember like 2 days after the Vengeance Saga came out, I covered 600 Strike, and then 4 days later I covered Get in the Water, because Poseidon was in those and I loved them.
You release my storm when you opened that bag. Blocked your one-way home. Ruthlessness is mercy upon ourselves.
Die!
Before I continue to my next highlight, there are some thank yous I do want to give out. As I mentioned before, I couldn't really get a lot of people to help me with these songs, but 2 amazing people did. The first person being Ross, as he sang with me in Warrior of the Mind.
We are the warriors of the mind.
Get in the Water.
You can relax, my friend. I can tell you're getting nervous.
And Would You Fall in Love with Me Again.
So tell me, would you fall in love with me again if you knew all I've done?
The second person that I would like to thank is the amazing Master Jade Studios, as she sang as Odysseus' mother in Get in the Water. And she created these amazing thumbnails for my epic covers. I mean, just look at these. It's me, but Greek, and I look awesome. From the bottom of my heart, thank you so much to both of you for coming to my aid whenever I asked you guys to sing with me. It means so much to me. And you guys watching, please check them out in the links below. They are so talented and so amazing. Okay, so this next highlight is honestly really cool. Whenever I learned that Jorge actually created a Discord server for Epic the Musical, I immediately joined. And as I was scrolling through the channels, there was one channel that caught my eye. It was called the Epic Business Channel, where users could talk to a person in the actual Epic team. And guys, the ideas these users would give out in this chat were so amazing and so creative. Seriously, this community is probably the most creative I've ever seen, like, ever. Now, for the most part, I didn't really talk that much in this channel, as most of the people were artists who wanted to work, like, business-wise with Epic, so I just kind of lurked around. But one day, something caught my eye. As I was checking the channel, there was a conversation going around about Epic covers. As I was reading, I started to have a bunch of questions, because at first I thought I was doing it the wrong way and I started to freak out. So I showed some of my epic covers in the chat, and thankfully I was doing it the right way, and it was even approved by Ryan himself from the Epic team. And even when I continued to cover these songs, I would send in my playlist of Epic covers to make sure I was covering them correctly, and thankfully Ryan or someone else in that chat would check and reassure me that I was. From the bottom of my heart, thank you so much to Ryan and to all of the business winions in the Epic Business chat. Because of y'all, I learned a lot more about copyright and music, and thank you so much for being kind and patient with me as I was learning, and thank you so much for answering all of my questions. Sending lots of love to all of you. Okay, now back to covers. Back when I first started doing covers, one thing I was so self-conscious to do was harmonizing with myself. But whenever I started covering more epic songs, I started to get a little more confident into harmonizing with myself in covers. And I think the moment where it shines the most is in my last part of my Love in Paradise cover.
Life is amazing.
This is actually a true story, but after I got done editing the cover, I showed my older brother. Keep in mind, it's like 2 a.m. I'm delirious. I'm tired. I worked on this for like 3 hours. But whenever it got to that part, I started crying because I was so proud of myself. Because in my opinion, that's probably the best I've sounded like ever, harmonizing with myself. And my brother's reaction made it even more funny because his jaw hit the floor, his eyes were wide. He was like, "Eliza, wow, that is really impressive." So that reaction right there made me feel like I hit gold, because that meant I did something right, and I'm just so happy and proud of myself. Speaking of my older brother, he was actually kind of like a test listener for me whenever I was making my epic covers, because I remember whenever I would finish a cover, I would run to his room and be like, "Hey, I made a new epic cover. Do you want to listen to it?" And he'd be like, "Yeah, sure." And I asked him if he wanted to be in his video, and he said yes. So here's what he has to say. Love you, big bro.
What is up, everyone? Fellow content creator and brother to Eliza the Bard, Nintendo Memories here. And I just want to congratulate you for all the amazing hard work and dedication and time you have put into making this giant, for lack of a better term, album possible. Every time I would be in here shooting a video or writing a script for a gaming video. I could hear you in the other room practicing and just singing your heart out, and to see what it's become and to see the progress you've made and the community you've formed. Wow, I could not be more impressed as your brother, and I know you'll hit that 1K milestone very soon, and I'm very, very proud of you. Congratulations on finally completing Epic the Musical, and I can't wait to see where you go next. Love you, sis.
Speaking of community, I cannot be more grateful for all the support and love you guys have given me. As I am recording this, I have 422 subscribers, my watch party has 233 views, and my playlist of all my Epic covers has 2,465 views. So once again, thank you. Thank you again for giving me a chance to tell stories through my voice. It means so much to me. I know these covers are not perfect whatsoever, but in a way, it kind of makes them my own odyssey. And all of the sweet comments I have gotten from you guys mean the whole world to me. I am so happy that so many of you like my Epic covers. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you. Thank you so much for supporting me through my own Epic journey. And thank you so much to Jorge for creating such a wonderful musical, and thank you for sharing it with the world, to us, the community you've made. You're just a really big inspiration to me now, because you act like yourself. You don't hide yourself from the world, and I like that because I struggle a lot with that. And just seeing somebody who's like me, who likes video games, who likes anime, who likes music, who likes theater, and to create this is so amazing, and you are definitely one of my biggest inspirations. Anyway, that is it for today's video. I promise I will be getting back to covers after this. I just wanted to close this chapter, or this Epic chapter, for me, so that way I can go back and doing my normal things. But thank you so much for watching, and consider liking and subscribing if you would like. I hope you guys have a lovely day or night. Love, your Bard, Eliza.
I'm just a man who's fighting for his life. Deep down I would trade the